Hi there. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can scrape social data, businesses data, and a lot of the data that are available on different sites such as LinkedIn or Google My Business or Facebook, Twitter, you name it. This is a really interesting video where you're going to learn a lot of these different data API that you can use in order to scrap data and use it for your advantage. You can use it for multiple reasons, and one of them is you can use it to generate leads. So this is going to be really interesting, and there are multiple API platforms that you can use, but in this video we're going to specifically talk about RapidAPI. So this video is going to be totally about API and how you can use API to scrap data, or general use of API for different purposes, and your AI agents and N8N. So there are two things that we're going to use in this video. One is N8N, the platform itself, and the other one is RapidAPI. So let's get started. So the first thing we have here is this is a little diagram that I draw. First we're gonna have a form on N8N, and then we're gonna use the RapidAPI to scrap data, and then we're gonna show result in Google Sheet. So this is how the flow is gonna work. It's going to be not really like too much of a technical video where you need to code to get things from the API. It's all going to be really beginner friendly. Even a child can learn from this video to use an API and scrap data. So another thing is the RapidAPI is a really interesting platform for the developers, and the developer have been using it for a long time for different API purposes. So as you can see, there are 40,000 plus APIs on this platform that you can use for your advantage, and you can use it without even coding a single line. So that's really interesting. And what you need is you need a N8N account that you can get from n8n.io. You're just gonna have to click on get started. There will be another video on the N8N introduction down in the description. I will link that. If you don't know about N8N, you can learn from the N8N introduction video. But anyway, so this is our main dashboard for the N8N. This is how it looked like. So first of all, what we need from our diagram is a form. So I'm gonna click on start from scratch, and here as you can see we have a massive plus button that I'm gonna click on, and I'm gonna search for form, and this will pop up a form for us. So another thing is we haven't really decided what kind of data we're gonna scrap. So in this video I will give you an example of scrapping LinkedIn profile data. So all of the other data that you want to scrap, it's pretty much the same process, the same way you can do it, and this is how it's possible. So first of all, I'm gonna name the form, like the form title. So it's going to be N8N scraper for YouTube, and I will leave the description for now, and I will name the field as scrape user scrape LinkedIn profile, and event will be text. Okay, and we will just leave it as it is, and then I'm gonna go back to our workflow. And another thing we need is the RapidAPI account. So I'm gonna sign up for the RapidAPI account so you can see how you can do it. It's really simple. I'm gonna just click on sign up with Google, and I'm gonna choose my email and click on continue. Okay, it's asking me for my name, so I'm gonna type in my name. How much of coding experience do you have? 5 years plus, learning or teaching. Learn about what is an API. So these were basic questions that RapidAPI asks you for when you sign up. And now, as you can see, we are inside the RapidAPI account, and we can also browse by categories as well. We have different categories for the APIs. We can browse by data, so it's gonna show us all the data related APIs. We can browse by another category such as finance. It's gonna show us different finance related APIs. And anyway, I'm just gonna start off from the LinkedIn. Okay, so I'm gonna just go with this one. Let's see what it has to offer. So it can get me personal profile, detect activity time, get profile by sales navigator URL, Google full profile. Okay. And okay, so this is the username that we're gonna have to enter, and then it's gonna find me a profile. Let's choose another one. Oops. Let's choose this one, real-time LinkedIn scraper. Okay, so this one has more to offer. So get profile data by URL, search people, and as you can see, these are a lot of different actions that I can do with this API. Okay, and okay, this is it. So now what we have to do is we have to integrate this with the N8N. So by default, N8N doesn't have an official integration with RapidAPI. So we can still do it, just we're gonna use the HTTP node instead of official API. It's really simple. It's not that too much complicated. And another thing is about the pricing that is important to know. So the free version allow us to test two tests per API and up to 2,000 test calls per month. So in this video, we're gonna use the free version, and if you have more data to scrape, if you wanna do like more complex things, you can of course sign up for the custom plan or upgrade to the paid version. But as we are on the free version, we're just gonna have two test APIs and 2,000 test calls per month. Okay. So before you do anything, you're gonna have to click on subscribe to test. If you don't click on it, it's gonna not work. The API won't work. So I'm just gonna click on this and it's gonna subscribe for the free version of the API. Okay, so this is ready. And now what we have to do is we have to choose what we wanna do with this API. So for instance, when our goal was to scrape the profile data, and this is what we're gonna do. So the form we have is already ready, so I'm gonna double click on it and go to the test URL to see what we have. Okay, it doesn't have anything because we have to click on the test. Okay, scrape, this is where we're gonna search for the LinkedIn profile. Okay, I'm gonna stop listening. And we have to add another node, which is HTTP request. This is what we add when we don't have an official API inside N8N. As I said, the RapidAPI doesn't have any official integration with N8N. So I'm gonna go back to our API, and I'm gonna click on get profile data, and here I'm gonna go to example response to see what kind of response it's gonna get me when I search for the profile username. So these are different information that is gonna get us from a user profile. So it's about the company data, it's about the country, name, email, username, and pretty much there's a lot of data that I can play with from the LinkedIn. So what we have to do is we have to copy the curl, and then we're gonna go back to our HTTP request, and here I'm gonna click on import curl and paste the code that I got from there and click on import. So there is another way as well to do this, which is I have to manually input all these different query parameters, which is a little bit technical, but if you wanna like do it the easy way, you can just copy the curl and import it into your HTTP request, and it's gonna automatically fill out all the required parameters. Okay, this is done. And now what we have to do is we need a Google spreadsheet to get the data from the RapidAPI and post it into our spreadsheet. So I'm gonna go to Google spreadsheet. So I'm gonna search for sheet new, and it's gonna create us a new sheet, and I'm gonna enter name as LinkedIn profile. So the data that I will add into my spreadsheet is, let's say I'm looking for the username, and I'm looking for the first name, last name. Okay, so first name, last name, and then I'm looking for I can get the profile image as well. I'm looking for the country, so let's suppose country, and I'm looking for let's say if I want something related to the company name, the company that the person worked with. So company name. Okay, so I'm gonna make this bold and a little bit large. Okay, we have the spreadsheet ready. The next step we have to do is integrate the Google Sheet with N8N. So I'm gonna click on Sheet, and I'm gonna choose this option, append or update row in a sheet. So this is append is basically a fancy word for saying add or update row in a sheet. Because we already have a sheet, so we don't have to create sheet or delete sheet. We're just gonna go with append or update row. And now here we're gonna be doing the integration between Google Spreadsheet and N8N. So as you can see, I haven't already done it, so I'm gonna click on sign in with Google, and it's gonna take me to my profile, and I'm just gonna give it the access. So as you can see, the Google Spreadsheet is connected successfully. And now I'm gonna choose the file from the list. So this was the file, LinkedIn profile, and from the list I'm gonna choose the sheet 1. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna choose the sheet 1. I can select sheet 2, sheet 3, depend on my need. And now I have to add more data into it, but as I don't have any data, so I'm just gonna go back to the first step. The column match I will just choose as the username. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the test data. So let's click on test, and let's search for my personal profile. Okay, so it's basically searched for my personal profile. So I'm also gonna pin this data as well, so that I don't have to search again and again. And as you can see, we got a response from RapidAPI. and it basically scrapped this username instead of mine because I haven't really added the data, the variable from my form as of now. So that's why it's just simply scrapping the one that it had by default. So what I have to do is I have to go back to my form. Okay, so this was basically the output. Okay, this was the output, scrape URL, and let's see it in the JSON. Scrape LinkedIn profile. Okay, and this is how it look on the schema. So we can see in three different ways: in schema, JSON, and JSON and table. Okay, and now I'm gonna go back to the HTTP request, and so here as the username I have to enter this schema so that it basically get the data for whatever we input inside the form. Okay, so this is done, and now another thing I have to do is I have to go to the third step, which is Google Sheet. So I'm gonna fix this now, because as you can see, if I refresh this, it won't add the data in the spreadsheet. So what I have to do is I have to add drag in the username, and then the second thing was first name, last name. Okay, the first name, and this is the last name, and I have to look for the country. Okay, so okay, this is the country, and then I have to look for the company. So I'm just gonna scroll down and select the company name. Okay, so this is the data that is gonna scrap and put it into our spreadsheet. Okay, we had this error is because we didn't have any match data parameter here inside the values. So I'm just gonna go back, and now what I have to do is I have to first test this, and then test the second one, and then test this third one, and now it's gonna get the data and paste it in the spreadsheet. So as you can see, it scraped the data for the username of my LinkedIn, and the first name, last name, and the country and the company name. So the next thing that I have to do is let's try another username. So I'm just gonna go and double click on this form, and I'm gonna copy the URL. Okay, so I'm just gonna click on test. I had to unpin the data, so it's gonna now allow me to scrape for a new username. So I don't know any of the LinkedIn username from the top of my head. Let's find a LinkedIn username so that I can copy data from. So I will go to my LinkedIn, and okay, so I have this username on LinkedIn. That's someone I'm connected with. Okay, so I'm gonna add her username here, and then I'm gonna click on submit. So as you can see in the background, if I click on if I have to click on the test workflow and submit, it's gonna complete the workflow, and here as you can see I have the data now available, such as the username, first name, last name, country, and the company that she works for. So this is how you can scrap data from the using RapidAPI, and with this data you can do a lot more stuff than this. This was just like a basic introduction of what you can do and what's possible using APIs. And if I go back to RapidAPI, and as you can see again, I've already introduced it, but anyway, you can see I can scrap Instagram statistics, I can scrap Twitter data, I can scrap search results, I can scrap local business data. I can do a lot of stuff with it, and there are thousands of APIs that I can use in order to scrape data and use it for my advantage. Either if I need it for a company, or I need to feed my LLM for some purpose, or I need to do lead generation. I can do a lot of different things with it. Sky is the limit. Okay, so this was pretty much it. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to learn more about N8N and how the APIs work, and automations and advanced level AI agents, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.